We have a lot of students who have some missing work due to whatever reason. Maybe they were in quarantine and now they're coming back and they've got all this missing work, or maybe students work at different paces. So let's go ahead and kind of think of some ideas. The first idea is timers. So there is a ton of timers on this playlist that you are more than welcome to use. Um, I find when I use a timer, majority of the students do finish within the time. And so if I have a student maybe who is on an IEP, I can then give them extended time depending on their needs. But I like to use Edu protocols a lot. And what I've noticed is a lot of the Edu protocols have a time, and you have to be pretty strict with the time, is what John says like all the time, because if you are lenient, they're gonna think, oh, she'll just give me more time. But that first time you got to kind of say, nope, that's all the time you get. And the next time they'll work a little bit faster and quicker. So again, just using a timer can really help students prioritize what's due, because a lot of times we have students that like to wait until the last minute and kind of put things off. Well, if they know they only have 10 minutes to work on something, they might start to really focus in on all those things. So again, this link has a ton of different timers and designs that you can use in your classroom. The next idea is using checklists, and checklists can look very, very different. So here is one checklist, and again, all the resources are in the description, where you could use a Google sheet. And this one was made for like teachers kind of, but you could write the week and then the kids can check off as they finish things. So that could be a really great way for you to kind of keep track. Another idea is using a physical board. So right here, and what your students can do is they can flop this open as they finish or as they don't finish. So again, they can go in, close it, open it up, and say that they're done with a task. So if you need something that is like on paper physical, this might be an option for you. And you could write in the task or just keep it task 1, task 2, or whatever you need for your students. Another idea is missing assignments. So on this Google Doc, a teacher created this, and what she does is she highlights and she puts like, as of this date, this needs to be completed. And then the students might get like a catch up time or catch up part of their day, and they can try to get caught up on all of their missing assignments for the week or couple weeks. And so again, you're able to go in, highlight what the students are missing, and while students are trying to catch up, you can meet with other groups of students to kind of help support them as needed. Tracking. So I think too, we don't want students to get piled up by tons of work by the end. So it might help to track your students. And so right here, there's two different ideas. This one is tracking student success. And so you would see all your students, and the students track when they are finished with a task. So they just come in and they hit finish. If they're working on something, they hit working. Anytime there's a black mark, they need to come see you. So again, you're able to go in and they can kind of tell you where they're at on their work. And then you can pull up students who might be taking more time and say, do you need to set a timer? Do you need to work with me on something? Do you have any questions? And begin to figure out why the student is not doing their work. Another idea that could be used is you have all of your different assignments or standards down at the bottom, and then up at the top you have every single assignment. And then I can go in here and I can make a new assignment. And then I can say this student mastered, this student is progressing, that student didn't turn it in, this student's limiting. And I can quickly see, okay, this student has not finished this work. And so if I'm trying to use it to create like an action plan with them, I can then go back to one of these checklist type of ideas and create everything that they're missing. And I can quickly do that because I can quickly see what they're missing up at the top. So it's really huge that you track and kind of think about, what do I need to do to see what's going on? Another way is teachers don't often know if students turn in missing work. So something could be missing, but really the student did turn it in and they're waiting for your feedback. So a lot of teachers will use Google Forms. So right here is a Google form that a lot of the teachers use. And then they can just say, I turned it in, or it's missing, or whatever they need to do, or they were absent. So this is just like another checklist that you're able to do. I forgot the link. I'm going to go ahead and share this one as well. So this one right here, missing work, is another Google form that your students could fill out. So it's just a great way to, again, kind of track it, see where the students are at, and it tells them, wait, before you fill this out, your first name, last name, what is the exact assignment, when was it, due, and then the kids can make some comments about that. So I will share this as well on our resource kind of hub, and you can decide if you kind of want to track it yourself or if you want your students to put it in for you, which might be very, 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 very helpful, because then it takes something off of your plate. And again, sometimes we think missing work might be missing, but the kids have turned it in, or they've done something to show that, hey, this is done, but they didn't tell you or communicate with that. So make sure you do kind of check out that as well. Okay, I know you guys have other ideas, so fill out this Google form with other resources and ideas. You're going to click missing work and let us know what other ideas you have to solve some of these problems. If you need help, email or Google chat me.